Thanks for listening to Curious Cat, the podcast that examines the shadowy space where science and the supernatural collide. I'm your host, Jennifer Hodes. Join me every week as I explore what it means to be a soul in a meat suit. Welcome to Curious Cat. This week's episode came as fast and fierce as water from a fire hose. Archangel Chamuel turned the mountains and sky pink one morning, which set the stage for me to research him a little deeper. He made it clear as I was gathering that information that there was much more to this episode in the making than just information about him. Well, he was right. I've got a list of the ways that working with angels can result in pitfalls or tar pits or shadow traps if we aren't aware. And that list includes ideas to get us out of those predicaments too. Let's get into it. I dedicated an entire episode on Archangel Chamuel a little over a year ago and have added the link to that episode in the show notes in case you missed it or you want to listen again. But stick with me here because I'll do a quick Chamuel 101 to get us all up to speed. This comes from learnreligions.com. Chamuel means one who seeks God. Archangel Chamuel is known as the angel of peaceful relationships. Okay, and I have to interject, but that is such a topical definition, isn't it? Which we will explore, I promise, but more from Learn Religions. People sometimes ask for Chamuel's help to discover more about God's unconditional love and find inner peace, resolve conflicts with others, forgive people who have hurt or offended them, find and nurture romantic love, and reach out to serve people in turmoil who need help to find peace. Wow, isn't he the perfect angel to step forward in these times? Because they're very tumultuous, right? And people are feeling that. And so we can be that beacon of love and hope and light to help people come back to unconditional love. But back to learnreligions.com. In both Jewish and Christian traditions, Chamuel has been identified as the angel who carried out some very key missions. Those missions included comforting Adam and Eve after God sent Archangel Chamuel to expel them from the Garden of Eden, and comforting Jesus Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane before Jesus' arrest and crucifixion. Other religious roles of Archangel Chamuel. Jewish believers, especially those who follow the mystical practices of Kabbalah, and some Christians consider Chamuel to be one of 7 archangels who have the honor of living in God's direct presence in heaven. Chamuel represents the quality called Geburah, strength in Kabbalah's tree of life. That quality involves expressing tough love in relationships based on the wisdom and confidence that comes from God. Oh my gosh, he's the angel of tough love. Wow, if you need to set boundaries, I think that Chamuel would be a wonderful angel to help you. Chamuel specializes in helping people love others in ways that are truly healthy and mutually beneficial. He encourages people to examine and purify their attitudes and actions in all of their relationships in an effort to prioritize the respect and love that lead to peaceful relationships. Some people consider Chamuel to be the patron angel of people who have gone through relationship traumas such as divorce, people who are working for world peace, and those who are searching for items they've lost, right? That reminds me of Miss Molly Knows, my friend. From warriorsdivine.com, recognizing the presence of Archangel Chamuel. Okay, one of the first signs of Archangel Chamuel's presence is an overwhelming sense of peace and comfort that washes over you. You might feel your heart filling with immense love or a soothing warmth that seems to come from within. This gentle yet powerful sensation is often Chamuel's way of letting you know that you are not alone and that divine assistance is at hand. Another key indicator can be the appearance of his signature color, pink, and I have a pink candle right now lit for him over on my right side. I know it's an audio podcast, but that's for Chamuel. He said that this pink can come in various forms. You may see pink lights or hues in your surroundings, or even notice an increased presence of pink flowers and objects in your daily life. Such visual cues are believed to be Chamuel's way of signaling his closeness and care. Additionally, encountering symbols of love and relationships, such as hearts, doves, or the number 7 can signify his presence. These symbols are often associated with Chamuel, who is known as the angel of love and peaceful relationships. Pay attention to their unexpected appearances, as they might be divine messages. You might also experience a sudden clarity in resolving conflicts or finding lost items. Chamuel is known for helping individuals repair relationships and recover cherished items. If you find solutions coming effortlessly or stumble upon something you thought you'd lost forever, consider it a subtle nudge from Chamuel. Lastly, recurring thoughts or dreams about forgiveness, compassion, or healing relationships can be an indication that Archangel Chamuel is working in your life. Such messages encourage you to open your heart and embrace the peace and love he offers. I found this additional information from angelwingsart.com. Of course, the links to all these are in the show notes. The colors associated with Archangel Chamuel. So pink is often associated with him because of its love connection, right? However, he is also seen with ruby red and pale green. This is because the ruby red reflects his fire element and ruling over Mars, whereas the pale green connects with the heart chakra. Chamuel can, in fact, be associated with every variant of pink, from pale roses to vibrant magenta, bringing everything from comfort to romance, innocence to passion. Crystals associated with Archangel Chamuel include fluorite, red jasper, carnelian, and rose quartz. Green fluorite is a heart healing stone that brings peace in grief, distress, or worry. It works to take away anything that's not helping you and replace those energies with calm and loving feelings. Red jasper is the stone of Mars, which he rules, and is often called the warrior stone, bringing courage and strength to those who use it. It can also return any negative energy back to the sender. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So if you have red jasper and you have to go out in public, that's a good one to put in your pocket to just deflect negative or sticky energies. Carnelian gives you the courage and confidence to be yourself rather than living by someone else's expectations. It frees your heart to be the real you. Rose quartz is known as the stone of love. It helps you feel a strong sense of self-worth, inner peace, and helps in all matters pertaining to love in all of its forms. If you are seeking a partner or to strengthen bonds with a partner, then this is the stone for you. Use any of these crystals by holding them and saying a prayer to Archangel Chamuel to assist in your heart healing or manifesting. Pop them in your pocket, your bra, your home. Share one with a loved one or in a treatment room. These crystals will all aid in relaxation, allowing love to flow, seeking inner peace, and creating the relationships you desire. There are ways to connect with Archangel Chamuel, which I grabbed from warriorsdivine.com. Here are a few suggestions. Meditate regularly. Find a peaceful space where you can sit quietly. Close your eyes, breathe deep, and focus on inviting Archangel Chamuel's loving energy into your heart space. Visualize a soft pink light surrounding you, which represents Chamuel's presence. Prayer and affirmations. Speak your intention clearly. You can say, Archangel Chamuel, please guide me to find what I seek and help me feel your love and support. Repeat this or a similar affirmation daily. Use symbols and colors. Chamuel associated with pink, representing unconditional love. Incorporate those pink items such as crystals like rose quartz or pink candles into your environment to attract his energy. Keep a journal. Good idea no matter what the angel. Document your thoughts, your feelings, and any signs or messages you receive. Reflecting on those entries can help you notice patterns and deepen your understanding of Chamuel's guidance. And remember, I have to put a footnote here. Every angel communicates with you specifically. That's your language. It's like a secret language that you and those angels have developed or are developing. So their guidance is beautiful, but I love the journal because Chamuel may come to you like he came to me this morning with this overwhelming smell of roses. So I can't wait to hear how he comes to you. Just be open-hearted, be patient, and soon you'll feel that comforting, guiding presence more prominently in your life. They went on in the article to offer ways to reach out to Chamuel specifically for comfort, for direction, for healing, or other types of intervention and assistance. And I wanted to mention those. Archangel Chamuel often communicates through signs and synchronicities. You might notice repeated symbols of love, such as hearts or the words peace and love literally appearing in your life. These occurrences are not mere coincidences, but gentle reminders of Chamuel's support. Visualization techniques. So another powerful method to feel Chamuel's comforting presence is through visualization. Close your eyes and envision a warm pink light enveloping you, filling you with a sense of peace and love. This image can help you connect with Chamuel's energy. It helps you vibrate at the level of Chamuel, right? Bringing a soothing sense of comfort during tough times. Remember, asking for Chamuel's support does not require elaborate rituals, floofy things. A sincere heart and open mind are all you need to invite his comforting presence into your life. I found this amazing blog post from marthastarot.com about how a Chamuel helped her work with a client and then she had a dream experience. Okay, I have to read the whole thing because it was so good. And remember, the links to it are in the show notes. Titled, How I Connected with Archangel Chamuel and Everything Changed. I noticed I was attracted to the color pink in ways unusual for me. Home from the supermarket one day, I realized so many of the labels on the items I bought were pink. I was buying pink bath towels, pink nail polish, pink dish soap. I just gravitated to pink. In my meditations, I would see a wash of pink light surround me. I was seeing geometric symbols glowing in pink and white light. I asked all the angels to help me make my life richer. So everything was okay, but I wanted more. My life was going along okay. Work was plentiful. Friendships were nice. Home was peaceful. I was feeling as though there could be more, not more things, people, but a way to make my relationships better with everyone. I was craving deeper connections. I wanted to grow. My personal relationships were good, and yet I had no real idea as to how to make them better. The readings I offered were wonderful, a never-ending source of satisfaction, but There too, I thought they could be even better. I had gone to group healings the month before, listened to a cord-cutting meditation as I felt I needed to let go. But because everything was good, I couldn't point at any one thing that was a problem. I did nothing but ask the angels to help me make my life richer, more satisfying. I called out to not one particular angel. I just put it out there, asking in general to make my life better and let go. Every day I asked the angels to help me find this deepened feeling of satisfaction. I really wanted to offer my loved ones, friends, and clients more to really help them connect with Source. I didn't connect the dots yet. Then the guidance came. In a session with a client who was struggling with an unhappy relationship, but was fearful that she couldn't afford to start a new life on her own. She had a nice business, but it certainly wasn't enough to sustain her independently. She wondered if she should focus on healing the relationship, look for a new person, or throw all her energy into making enough money to leave. I asked her guides, what should she focus on attracting? Love or business? The answer was unequivocally love. The Archangel Chamuel was represented through the cards. We dove deeper. Should she manifest a new love in her life? Should she repair this seemingly unhealthy relationship? No, just connect with Archangel Chamuel. I started gathering together all the information and meditations for Archangel Chamuel that I could. I wanted to help her understand the guidance better. I looked through books, websites. They all had solid information. I did not find any satisfying meditations for Chamuel, but I did find a few additional guidelines for prayers to him. I found one piece on all the usual information, but they included a few suggestions for praying to him. It happened that I was reading the text just as I was getting ready to sleep. I felt the intention of the words that I read, and I drifted to sleep thinking of Archangel Chamuel. Then the healing with Chamuel begins. I connected the dots when in my dream that night. Was it really a dream, she asks. I was accompanied by an angel to view past relationships which left me hurt and wounded. I expressed confusion as to why I was having to see this, because every time a new relationship was replayed, I winced at the thought and tried to pull away. I felt the angel with me smiling and offering me comfort, and each time I watched, I felt easier about it. The relationships replayed as I watched from a distance, revealing the pain once again, only it didn't hurt. I understood. I felt it, but without the hard pain because I was just watching, not experiencing it. We went back to another relationship, replayed that one, and in the same distant way, I relived it. Several relationships later, when it was done, I was actually asking for more. The next morning, before I even opened my eyes, I was so happy. My heart was singing, and I realized this was Archangel Chamuel who worked with me. The prayers I read helped me tune in to seeing him and allowed me to be guided by him. I realized then that all the pink light in meditation and all the pink things I'd been buying were all indicators that Chamuel and the pink ray were here with me. I went to sleep that night reading the prayer again and asked if we could visit my childhood this time. I wanted more of that delicious lightness of being. While I didn't recall visiting the past that night, I did feel the company of Archangel Chamuel and continue to feel his presence. I'd been asking for deeper connections and healing of past energetic situations that no longer served me. I was ready for more. I already had established a regular habit of meditation. I was tuned into listening for messages. When my attraction to all things pink still didn't make it clear to me, the archangels work with different rays of light, she explains. Archangel Chamuel is on the pink light ray. I received another opportunity to understand the signs when my client needed help. In search of practical information to connect with Chamuel, I uncovered what would help me, clearly tune into the work he was doing with me. It was really quite simple. So in asking for better connections with those around me, I was really asking for a greater connection to God or Source, connecting with unconditional love for oneself and for others. And she wants us to know that Chamuel helps us move from ego into heart. We're often seeking happiness from outside ourselves, work, relationship, things. He helps us discover that the happiness we seek is within. Chamuel, remember, is he who seeks God, who also helps us see the divine inside of ourselves. He helps us recognize our life as a reflection of how we see ourselves. If you feel good inside, you will see that reflected in your life. Feeling good. Everything external is connected to you. If you look beyond yourself for happiness, you lose your sense of direction. I needed to see that the hurt wasn't so hurtful anymore when looking at those old wounds. I had grown. I had healed. The fear of being hurt had me create a protective shield around my heart. In order to love more deeply and freely, my heart needed to be free of that. Viewing the past from my new position in life helped me let go. I was able to forgive myself for being who I am, able to let go of the hurt. When I was able to review those relationships that hurt me, I actually felt a letting go of angst I associated with those people. It freed me to actually send love to them, and my relationships feel much richer and more loving. The people haven't changed. I changed the way I feel inside, and now I see it reflected outside. As I feel better, I'm different, and the relationships offer me more love. We never need to feel alone, she mentions, when we connect with angels. Since that dream I had where Chamuel accompanied me through past relationships, I felt the presence of angels so much more profoundly. I'm not sure if that healing helped me tune into their energy better or helped me clear the cobwebs. And actually, I have to say, I think she answered her own question because she had this shield around her heart. Well, that shield was there like a very thick wall, and it was keeping her from good love coming in, like the love of angels. So I think that's why she was able to see it better. But she goes on. I feel the angels arrive when I thank them for their assistance. I have since been happy to actually see Archangel Chamuel. In my angel connections, I typically see the presence of light, shape, and geometric symbols, but this time I was actually able to see him as he presents to me as a human. When we connect with angels, we feel different. We behave differently. The world reacts to us differently. Feeling their presence, I don't feel I'm doing this life and this work by myself. Life is full of ups and downs. Knowing you can count on the full knowing that they are with you, supporting you, makes all the difference in eradicating fear. And we know there are two basic streams of energy, guys: fear and love. Choose love. The angels support you. Oh my gosh, I just thought that was fantastic. So I teased at the top that Chamuel told me, you're going to be talking about me, but really there's a deeper piece of the conversation that needs to be shared with people. And this is what I found out. I was reading a book called Astrology of the Shadow Self, Working with Oppositions in Your Natal Chart. And it's by Maja de Aust. And I have the links to her book in the show notes. And she goes deep into the astrology of us, right? Our sun sign, our moon sign, and where our shadow lies, and how to incorporate or bring the shadow into the light, and how incorporating it can be transformative. And it got me thinking, and Chamuel knew this was going to happen, that angels are pretty dang perfect, like Christ consciousness perfect. But as humans, well, the stark truth is that we humans are beautiful, flawed messes, and we're really lucky to have an army of angels behind us that are helping us. Angels give their gifts willingly to us, right? They will give us help, but When we accept a gift from an angel or start working with angels, there are traps or tests or shadows that our human self can get caught in. And Chamuel came to me with the facts on this. Archangel Raziel, and this is the example he gave me first because he knows I adore Raziel, but he said, Raziel offers guidance to those of us that wish to understand our bits of past lives in the Akashic records. Well, it's easy to get drunk on this knowledge, addicted to going back and back and back to a point where we abandon our own soul contract in this life. Maybe abandon is too strong a word, but neglect. Yes, neglect. So that's a shadow of working with Archangel Raziel. Other shadows that can come when us flawed humans accept an angel's gift. Well, let's talk about Archangel Michael. The shadow working with Archangel Michael can bring up in us. He is powerful, right? He asks us to bring him everything and then keep bringing him whatever we think of as even the small stuff. The shadow Michael's power or character can bring up is our skepticism. Our skepticism if he can really do that for us, if he's really helping. And what skepticism is really a lack of trust. We've been burned before. We put all our eggs in the proverbial basket. So we are trust but verify spiritual folks as an idea. And it's just my thoughts. So as always, go with your instinct first. But my idea is twofold to pull ourselves out of that shadow trap of Michael. Ask Michael to show you why he's trustworthy. Second, ask for his help on something specific. Write it as a sort of time capsule to yourself and then let it go. Forget you asked. When you think of your time capsule, again, your Michael request written down in your phone notes app or on a Post-it and sealed in an envelope, open it. Did he help you? Those are just some fresh ideas. Let's talk next about Seraphina and the Seraphim. They are all about taking action. Do all you can to guide the world to be a love-filled place of peace for all. Also, these angel beings do not feel or know fear. Super important to make a note of. So guess what can happen in our shadow trap? How we can get caught working with Seraphina and the Seraphim. Burnout. Yeah. Forgetting self-care. Literally putting our life and limb on the line, thinking we are like impervious, the carbon fiber human beings, because we've got angels on our side, not fearless so much as reckless. If you experience these, remember taking time off to nourish yourself, to unplug, to focus for a stretch of time, or devote yourself to self-care. It helps you show up stronger for the next challenge. I do this online workout. And after doing a series of these kicks and lunges, the trainer says, never feel bad about taking rest and water breaks. Catch your breath so that your next set can be stronger. Yeah, that might be the key if you, like me, find yourself in an angelic go pitfall. Turning next to Archangel Gabriel. His element is water. He helps us with communication. He speaks with confidence. He speaks up about wrongs. Honor your soul journey by being all of yourself all of the time. So the shadow trap. Gabriel is aligned with the element of water. With that said, water can come out like a fire hose or a trickle. Have you ever had a super dried out garden? The dirt is literally cracked and your hose water just rolls off of it like it's ceramic tile. All right, this shadow has come out in me with oversharing, putting out bits of my life on a blog or whatever without worrying what the other people involved may think. I've begun setting those types of articles aside, kept on my computer for me for now, and that's it. Second, there's a valuable need to express in order to make peace with our past traumas. There's no doubt. But that does not mean the perpetrators are in the space to receive our message of truth. In fact, their reaction or non-reaction might set you back and ironically cause you more trauma. Okay, so do what you are moved to do. This is your life. This is your trauma. You take charge. But some suggestions given in love are to tell your story to someone you know has your back. I mean, has your back, your front, and your sides. That's the reaction you may need to move on in tandem with your trauma. Who is most likely to hug you to your bones when you share this story? Yes, that's the person to tell. There's also the old standby of writing them, the perpetrator, a letter. You may never send it, but like the stomach flu, all that is better out than in, you know. Next, Archangel Raphael. He is of the air element. He is all about physical health. Raphael rules over the east, the sunrise. He is of the element of air. He is the perfect angel to call when we desire a healthier path ahead, taking better care of our bodies or bouncing back from a broken bone or an illness. His beautiful gifts are available to all of us without a copay. He will help you find the perfect medical team too. Our human trapdoors when it comes to Raphael, becoming overly anxious about our health. What do I mean? Specifically, hearing a story that condition X runs in your family, that it's downright inevitable that you will have and possibly die of disease X. That's an awful way to live. Every time that story is told, you're manifesting that future. Raphael is telling me as I speak not to ignore your family history or your genetic hereditary condition. Instead, he's asking, enlist him to be proactive. Medicine advances every day. So your grandparents' prognosis is not yours, Raphael told me. Raphael will help you find the perfect team to get a baseline of your health, and they will be vigilant if your health changes. Remember with Raphael, he is of the air, and too much air blows away the good stuff, while not enough is stagnant. Work with Raphael to balance vigilance with concern and take action when you catch yourself obsessing. Archangel Raguel. Okay, I need to do a whole episode on Raguel because apparently he is the angel that oversees Sagittarius, which is my sun sign. This angel, Raguel, holds our hand as we work through trauma. Julie Jancis, in her book Angels and Awakenings, says when Archangel Raguel steps in, he doesn't hold the energy of your trigger. He holds the energy of your wound. Whoa. He deserves his own episode. He really does. But does our deep dive into real, complex, painful experiences help us heal? At what point does the medicine of that experience given in too big a dose become poison? And that's me asking. Jancis asks, when we believe the lower emotion, we give our power to it, allow it to control us, and in doing so, lose our connection to oneness. I've seen this recently where people have gone so far into obsessing over the low vibration stuff that's going around out there, and they catch themselves in that low vibration and they catch themselves getting sick or attracting some really yucky stuff coming their way. So that is a really good reminder to me to stay on level, like if life's a hotel and if vibrations are the levels on that hotel, I want to be on like level 13, okay? 13 and up, I'll get curious about those. Archangel Uriel, he is of the element of earth. His strengths are grounding us in the here and now, beginning something new and giving us the freedom from the bondage of self or ego. This comes from my angel Molly. Archangel Uriel helps us to declare independence and hone leadership skills. Is the shadow trap of Uriel screaming at you right now? Okay, we become tunnel visioned, so hard-headedly independent, so much so that we are blind to the blessing of inviting others into our journeys or quests. We need angels, and we also need earth angels, each other, to help us problem solve better. You can work with other angels like Chamuel and Raziel to build your dream team of earth angels to help you move forward and achieve your goals. I didn't cover every single angel because we'd be here for hours. But if you think of an angel and maybe a time that you got caught in one of those little traps in the shadows because you went so hard working with that angel and you just fell in, let me know if you feel comfortable. I can keep it anonymous, but share it there's a link on every podcast now in the show notes where you can text or message the show and let me know. And if you found a way to pull yourself out of that trap, that pitfall, let me know that as well. Thanks for listening to Curious Cat. Until next week, stay curious. I love you.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you looking for a new podcast that appeals to your scientific curiosity, but is also a little bit spooky?
Show me how I died in a past life.
Well, look no further, because this cat is where it's at.
He had concerns about the ethics surrounding AI, feeling they had achieved consciousness.
Curious Cat Podcast examines the shadowy space where science and the supernatural collide. Listen every week with your host, Jennifer Holtz, as she and her guests explore what it means to be a soul in a meat suit.
We were healing karma together. They were all kind of predestined to resolve something.
Listen on all your favorite streaming apps and continue the conversation on Twitter at CuriousCatPodCA, or find Jennifer and all her links at Jennifer L. Holtz, spelled HOTES.com.